The advent of the rookie wage scale in 2011 has generally defrayed a lot of contract negotiation holdouts and just delays in signing. Again, we say generally. But the Vikings are apparently reaching an impasse with second-round draft pick Ed Ingram, according to Chris Tomasson of the Pioneer Press. Go. It doesn't sound as if Viking second-round pick Ed Ingram, a guard from LSU, is close yet to signing his contract. He's participating in spring drills under an injury protection agreement. Now, the Vikings have three rookies that are still unsigned. Andrew Booth Jr., Ed Ingram, both second-round picks of the Vikings, as well as Caleb Evans, fourth-round corner out of Mizzou, and all of them. Well, Booth's not participating because he's recovering from surgery, but all of them have this this waiver where if something does happen to them health-wise, they get essentially the same value as what would have been their slotted rookie contract. Now, you could say, what's going on with Ingram? Why is he holding out for X money? Everyone's all greedy, trying to get every single penny. But what matters is you're negotiating your contract for your next contract, as well as the guys after you, the guys who are drafted in your region, in your area, in whatever round. Their future contracts having precedent, because it makes a difference between the amount of guaranteed money you get at this slot and what's going to happen in the future. So you can see why the NFLPA and agents and players are really pushing for more guaranteed money, and that's what it really comes down to with Ed Ingram. Because if you look at where he was drafted, number 59 overall in the second round, Troy Anderson, the linebacker out of Montana State, taken by the Falcons. He's already signed, as well as Cameron Taylor-Britt, the great slot cornerback out of Nebraska, who I really liked in the draft, signed by Cincy at 60 right after Ed Ingram. He signed. So looking at the bracketed contracts, there is a very stark difference, and you'll see why Ed Ingram and the Vikings are potentially reaching an impasse here. So with Troy Anderson's contract, it's a 4-year deal worth $6.1 million and change. The guarantee is $2.6 million. Now, it's interesting because his signing bonus is obviously fully guaranteed, $1.6 million. Also, his 2023 salary down here in the notes is fully guaranteed as well. So his 2023 salary, just shy of $1 million bucks, is fully guaranteed. Now, what that does is it essentially guarantees his 2022 salary as well, because you're generally not going to move on from a guy after one season if his next year's base salary is fully guaranteed. It's not going to happen. Now, you could say, why does this matter with second-round picks? Second-round picks are probably going to be making the roster, probably going to be playing out their 4-year rookie deal, but it's not always assured. It isn't. I mean, ish happens. I mean, crazier things have happened. Second-round picks sometimes get cut after a year. Regime changes. Sometimes the player's not up to snuff, etc. So getting that guaranteed money, you can see why it's important for the players. So you look. That's Troy Anderson, the player selected right ahead of Ed Ingram. And if you look at Cameron Taylor-Britt's contract with the Bengals, the player selected right after him, there's a little bit of a difference here. So 4 years, 5.952 million. That's whatever. But his total guarantees is nearly $1.1 million less. So he's got a $1.506 million guarantee, and all that is his signing bonus. So his base salary this year at 2023, nothing, nada. So only his signing bonus is fully guaranteed. So theoretically, say Cameron Taylor-Britt isn't cutting the mustard, and obviously it would be embarrassing for the Bengals cutting a second-round pick, and also I don't think it'll happen because CTB is a great player. But say he isn't cutting the mustard in camp, they could cut him, and then they would just have that $1.5 million dead on their cap, and that's all that would be guaranteed. None of his base salary this year, next year, whatever. So again, the major difference is they're trying to split things with Ed Ingram, which I'm sure is going on with these negotiations, where Troy Anderson essentially has 2 seasons guaranteed. Like on paper, his 2022 base salary is not, but in practicality, it is. So basically, Troy Anderson is getting what, $3.4 million in total guarantees versus the $1.5 million in guarantees for Cameron Taylor-Britt. Again, that's on paper, but in practicality, I mean, CTB is going to be on the team, right? So you're sort of splitting hairs, but that's a big deal. That's nearly $1 million in fully guaranteed money, and I'm sure Ingram and the Vikings and his agent are having to go negotiations like, all right, partial guarantee, because we're trying to split things here, because that is a big leap. Because generally with the contracts of draft picks, you see a little bit more guaranteed, a little bit more guaranteed, a little bit more guaranteed, also offset language in some of these contracts as well. But that is a big leap where the Falcons and Troy Anderson may have just screwed the Vikings essentially, and the Bengals, who have been notoriously a cheap team, maybe they also screwed the Vikings. So they put Ed Ingram, his contract, and the Vikings between a rock and a hard place. So I don't know. That's a big hurdle to overcome. And is it a lot of money at the end of the day? No, it absolutely is not. But Ed Ingram is in camp. He's currently working with the threes at left guard. Maybe in training camp he can work his way up there, and maybe they get this deal done. But the longer it drags out, I mean, that chasm isn't getting any smaller. So I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm sure that's what's going on with Andrew Booth's contract as well. And maybe there's even some injury provisions there. Caleb Evans, probably a similar situation. There's still a handful of draft picks around the league that aren't signed. So, again, we'll see what happens. But that's it. Your thoughts and our thoughts. Report Vikings Ed Ingram not close to signing his rookie deal. Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.